Why, hello. A very abrupt stream start. It's also a very delayed stream start, but just life got in the way. But we are here now. Live ping is out. So today I'm going to be taking a look at the Orion Orchid. This is the most recent promotional ship, and when it dropped, myself and many others were not super positive about it. And that stemmed from the ship itself basically being a weaker version or very comparable to the Terran Hydra, which is a $30 Zen store ship. And when you look at a promo ship and you see that it's on par with like a Zen store ship stat wise, that can be a bit underwhelming. Toxent, Sora, Ethan, how's it going? Yeah, I had family stuff to deal with, and also right in the past couple minutes as I was sitting back down in my room, I was like, oh, there's like a giant ass spider in the window, and I was like, oh, there's I don't know why, but there's suddenly some ants over there. So I went, grabbed the bug spray, opened the window, and just let loose there on the other side and closed it back up. So had to fight the bugs first. I forgot, like, this is about the time last year where I had to like go in and spray the window again. Yeah, and of course, I had to get some proper boomer juice. Finally, we get to see proper piloting to spread the radiation cloud. Oof. This damn spider's still there. Looking at the window. It's crawling on the window just to irritate me. I'll be back over there soon, buddy. Your time's running out. Damn thing. I don't even know what type of spider it is. Let me pop open photos. Yeah, this is... It's just it's about the size of a quarter, got some big white spot on the back of it. I don't have a good picture of it. Shiner, you can't sleep. Yeah, we got a couple 7 brews over here. So this is their I want to say this is like the funnel cake macchiato. You picked up the Obina for the console. Nice, nice. Logical. I mean, please understand when a content creator does get something for free that there's also that there's like a time and like that there's actual work to do with it. Art team did it again. I don't hate the Orchid as much as I thought I would. Yeah, I mean I do like the material here. So this also has access to the Interceptor material if you own the Orion Interceptor, which released in the Infinity Lockbox earlier this year. There we go. But Dan. Yeah, then there's the Orion Orchid skin there, the Orchid Beta. The the Orchid skins, I will say they look nice. I think if we could go out and apply these skins to the other Orion ships in the game, that would be interesting. But I will say I was very disappointed to find out, that if you have the Interceptor, you get the Interceptor, one of the Interceptor materials on the Orchid, but it doesn't go the other way. I don't know if that's intended, but I did see that here, that the this is a really dark map right now, but there we go. You can see the Interceptor doesn't get any materials back, so it's a one-way one-way exchange there. Good. Okay, I need to grab me some upgrades here for the Orchid. Now, when I was in the interview for the roadmap stuff with Thomas and Mike, when they when I first learned about this ship, I mispronounced, and because the text format, I said Orchio because my brain was not working. So I have made sure to follow through and name this the Orchio in recognition of me just completely failing. Blame the font. Yeah. If they'd work on, yeah, I mean that would be. This is a ship that is really expensive, and it's in a tough position. You know, interest wise, like if it, you know, at least on the art side, if it was unlocking that material for the other Orion ships in the game, that would be something. That would be some sort of other draw for people. Okay. The Orchio lives. Yes. Let's go up to space, though. Let's see. What is the size of this thing compared to the other ships out there? Dan, thank you for the super chat. It'd be something fun to pick up if it was 30 bucks in the C-store. I just can't justify the investment of a promo on it. Yeah. It's a chonker. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll be setting it up here. But if you guys want to do a size comparison, stuff like that, I'll be in orbit of New ROM #1, and then, you know, while I'm setting it up, you can fly by, you know, drop your eject warp plasma and whatever on it. Breaks your immersion knowing a ship that big only has 1.2 hull. Big fat space pelican, yeah. And this is a normal cloak, so effectively worthless. Okay, let me just get some of this stuff out here. So, for the accessories here, we're gonna look at that. I think it's like a bluish effect, but we'll find out here in a little bit, Deathboy. But when Nick was playing with this on stream, like he was actually getting some pretty decent results out of it on his his tank build. Not necessarily like top 7, top 15, you know, performance trait wise, but for someone looking to do, you know, a meme warp plasma build, you know. And then the console here, bait and switch. Nick actually was not super positive about this because of the price point, you know, when we were first looking at the stats, but I did not know. I'm going to go look, and I'm going to be very worried, and I mean, at this point, I don't, that it referring to some Greek word for testicle, you know, we're just going to roll with it. I did not know that's what that meant, but we are not going to let that medical terminology from the Greeks ruin it. I don't think it's selling well. I've never seen one yet. That is funny though, Ian. I really dislike that effect being activatable in like a system map. Gotcha. Look, I'm over here with like this Iowa education. I don't know what these Greek words mean. So I'm not too worried about it. Let's see. What do I want to do here? Am I doing beam arrays, cannons? What do you guys want to see on this ship? I'm not doing a torp boat on this. Nobody wants a torp boat. If I went by the default thing that most people want, everything would be beams with like fire at will. Cannons, you've been using beams a lot recently. I mean, I like my cannons. Hmm. It's been a while since I've done like a pure disruptor setup. This did come with disruptors, so let me just go pure disruptor. So get the spiral waves on. Beautiful spiral wave, and these are DHCs, which is perfectly fine. Rob. Just slotting my standard equipment here. Where I always mix up Kittimer and Tholian. You know, Darthon, that's true. I'm not necessarily going to be doing all of that with this ship. I'll probably do the eject warp plasma on a different ship. Nick is desperate for me to do more tank stuff, so I mean, he would actually approve of that. Nick is nostalgic for the days where I used to do a lot of tanking, and he wants to see me do that more. So, like, he would very much be open to that. He wouldn't be against it. I haven't done too much tanking in recent times because as power creep has went up, like, the potential of what you can do is, like, just, like, as a single player is just shot up so much that I don't really find much of a need, but I understand that tanking is still highly desired for a lot of people. Nick is nostalgic for the days when Spencer was a team player and didn't just do solo ISC. We can't really play together much. Like, if we want to get the team back together and actually try to do like record ISCs or whatever, you know, just try to actually do coordinated stuff. The issue is you might be able to get a run in. You might be able to get a record in, but if it's taking 50 attempts to get that one record and you're lagging out of your mind for 40 of them, it's not a fun experience. It truly does suck. Like this yeah, I mean this is an MNO, well, MMO, but you know, as we try to play together, the game struggles more, especially as you go in with you know, multiple players that have all the toys. It can become a little bit rough. Tanking I mean, you can do like a heavy tank in solo play, and you can see if you can do enough damage to clear the content. I mean, that's something I've done before. But I would say tanking is more relevant for those at lower performance levels. Like if you're trying to do a bunch of just random pugs and you just want to go in with like a fob build, like you may as well just be a tank. I'm swapping over to the mirror angle for a moment just to copy gear over. The server does not bring all the DPS boys to the yard. Terrible. It's why most of us quit, or mostly quit, yeah. I mean, the DPS community in general, like, Reddit goes crazy about, not all of Reddit, but there are people very vocal in the STO community. Some of them are active on Reddit. Some of them are active, on the Discords. Some of them are very active in the comment sections here on YouTube. but there are some people convinced that the DPS community, has ruined everything. What they don't understand is that the DPS community they're bitching about hasn't been a thing since like the COVID years. Like there's a big resurgence, a bunch of interest because people had nothing else to do there for a little bit. Um, a bunch of runs were happening, and then as the server in recent years is like, just went to shit. It's that community's just died out. You got to scramble fighters. What is scramble at now? I'm sorry for my language. I normally am very, very good about not swearing too much on stream, and I know that that is something people don't want to hear too much of. I apologize. Nick is the tanking community. 200 mil for... Oh. Liam, how's it going? Yeah, I don't want to look at that. I got 4 to sell. Can we get some, like, really good carrier stuff? Shiner, thank you for the gifted membership. Greatly appreciate it. I need to do some new, like, notifications for the gifted memberships so that when I get one, it's, like, blaring at me to let me know it's, that it's going on, because I felt bad after missing or being slow to react to some of that stuff yesterday. Do I think we might get more Miranda ships? Always. I feel like it wouldn't be Modern Stowe if we didn't get at least one new Miranda variant every other year. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, and you got a bunch of dead weight on this because it's got just a full fat Lieutenant Commander Inge, which is just um I've been liking Federation mission scout ships. I mean, I'll just see about what they do here. If only we could get Miranda frigates, yeah. Clean getaway. So I don't have that set to pilot right now. Now I can put the pilot abilities on. There we go. Give me my OSS 3. See, this is where things get a little dicey. I don't even have my CSV on, duh. Okay, so beta. I know I was thinking of a FOSS setup on this initially. That's why I went with the beta 3, but I fixed it. But, I mean, I don't have room to use any Intel uncons, basically. Not without sacrificing, other spots. I forgot the mind firing mode. It's just there's... This is the issue with this ship, is this is dead weight. Someday, Cryptic is going to do something that buffs up the value of engineering, and it's going to shake up a lot of our mindset, but right now, lucky for you, now there are more alternatives to Uncon. Bio, how's it going? Well, there are alternatives, but we're stacking them all up on top of Uncon right now. Like, even the noble trait, the place that's seeing use is alongside Uncon and stuff. Yeah, it's a slow Saturday. I am late to start my stream up. I'm late. The captain's table podcast that we were looking to do, that's been scrubbed. I don't know when that stuff is gonna pick back up, to be honest, right now. There were initial plans to do like a podcast talking about some of the recent stuff, but that unfortunately is not going to happen right now. Timing just does not line up for all of the involved parties. Yeah. And it's hard because yeah, it's what you're facing is quite often is it just ends up being we end up putting this stuff up alongside Uncon, which I know is part of the issue, right? So did I get the new Enterprise Lego set? No. I think right now there's definitely some people that are a little bit too heated about everything that's went on recently as well. So I I don't know how constructive a conversation would be right now. Okay, activate toggle bait and switch. I can just spam bar that, right? Am I in trouble right now? No, I'm on the live server. Yeah, we've seen the meta shift several times over the years like that. Jeremy was in the Twitch chat yesterday, and you know, like he said, like the best thing for them to do over at Cryptic is at this point, you know, based on the reaction, is just to it is going to be to demonstrate to people, you know, what they're going to do over time, because people there's a lot of people that just don't want to listen at all right now. They just want to rant. Okay, that's on. Green shield tunneling dropped down to 40 mil, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and in hindsight, I think including a couple low performers on there would have helped balance things out, but there's going to be a stream on Tuesday. Jeremy will be on there answering questions, so if you guys want to, just hear things directly from him, tune into that stream. I'll probably be raiding out to that stream on Tuesday. No, ad hoc. I don't think them going and doing like an immediate live stream would have really done too much for them because people were way too heated on day one. Give it a couple days for people to cool down a little bit, for them to see what the things are that are popping up the most, so that they can formulate a response. And yeah. On a personal note, there are several stuff I'd like to review, like Merrick Worker abilities. Engineering is also in your private watch or wish list, yeah. The issue for engineering, especially like on the healing side, is that the heals just haven't scaled up well enough to like some of the alternatives out there. Like when we have all these whole regen heal items, those are scaling up, with our HP, whereas with something like Inge Team, Ox to Sif, they don't. The scaling on them isn't good enough. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna hop into a patrol here quick. So, for those of you not familiar, the best way to level up a ship is just to do a patrol. An Elite Wanted, one run of that will take you up to tier 5 on a ship. Alternatively, like Advanced Rescue and Search or 9th Rule, can also get a ship leveled up really fast. We should be getting the Ryza announcement soon, yes. Yeah, I gotcha. I really forgot to put evasive on. I hate how many times I forget to put even, like, evasive on the ship.
You haven't. Looks like our fight got them to notice us. Let's go over and ask if their boss might come out of hiding. Keep concentrating fire on individual ships. Separate them and whittle down their numbers. We will not go quiet.
Yeah, timing-wise, probably wasn't the best either, because their summer sale should be coming up here, you know, too, very early into the summer event.
Sensors are picking up small habitations in some of the assets.
You don't need evasive, that's the whole point of the console. That's true, that's true.
Temporary hideouts. We do what we want, where we want. Picked up a tight beam transmission on a new frequency. We're jamming that spectrum of their comms now, but it was probably a call for assistance. I'm taking you with me.
There we go.
We'll send over a pacification party, take the suspect into custody.
Cheops, I just saw your message in Discord. Terrible. Yeah, typically. Yeah, I mean, that's the expectation, Stanky Boy. Okay, the ship is leveled up. The trait here is leaking radiation signature. So I'm going to drop to health orders and leaking radiation signature. And we're going to also drop on this counts as an exotic, right? Because it's radiation. This stuff often does. So let's just do particle manipulator there. I'm going to drop, because I hate, you know, spamming it quite often, particle fluctuation. I'm going to drop that for, was it 5 magics? Because I am on a disruptor setup. And console-wise, what do I feel like dropping here? I need more console slots. I guess I'll drop Chronophage for this one. Let's do, what is the Hesperian console called? I am blanking on it right now. By the time I find it, someone will have already typed it. Breath. Thank you. Dragon's Breath. Yes, yes, thank you. Dragons. There we go. It's, yeah, I should have remembered the blue icon. Thank you. Okay. Let me re-roll these endeavors into something better. Not doing that. That's reasonable. And the what is it that triggers the trait here? Activating intel or inge buff ability? Okay. Okay. Terrible champs. Let's just do a quick public queue infected here, just get some baseline numbers. Let me get the real time up and all that. Did I set this back to live yesterday? I'm pretty sure I did. Yes, I did. Okay, good. Have I done the Klingon recruit on the PS5 account? No, not yet. I did, of course, make the new Jem'Hadar character. I'm not going to play the new Jem'Hadar, though, because I already made a Jem'Hadar recruit earlier this year on console.
The situation is grim. All attempts to hail the starbase have... The enemy has...
Would I happen to be testing on the test server? No. No, this is on live. I knew that right there was going to be an issue, that me doing some of my pre-buff was going to activate things. I just activated that console way too early.
Scanning the nanite. Gun. Digital data is available. The nanite probes can repair the trench. Stop them. The probe is closing in on the trench. Destroy it.
Get close to it, get the warp plasma on it if I can. It's already stopped dropping from my ship. I mean, so that was pretty normal infected piloting. Not exactly great performance on my part, 1.55. But that wasn't like a fully optimized meta setup. So let's see here. Let's see, radiation leak. So the first run with it, 53k, and that wasn't with me piloting with it correctly. Like, I think the way to use this trait's really going to be with like a FOSS setup. TBR pull, pulling stuff towards you, sin still. I think that's going to be the way. How did you do? Sora, you got a bit off Agony there. Agony was a quarter of your damage. I mean, looks fine. Yeah. Yeah, it's the promo ship pricing is what makes ships like this really hard. Even lockbox ships can be a bit rough, but those have just a bit more accessibility. The as expensive as lockbox ships are, you can still typically get them quite a bit easier than a promo ship. Promo ships, because they do the FOMO approach of them being limited time drops, where you can't consistently year round go in and buy the promo packs in the Zen store, it is a limitation there. And I just think the separation with the vast majority of ships going to Infinity and just a handful going to the promos, it makes promo ships a tough sell. Like, unless there's something, insane about them, it's going to be a rough position for them. Can we make Torps top DPS again? I would say that if torpedoes were the top DPS again, um, we've talked about this a lot recently about how there's a lot of skill stuff on the DPS side that doesn't get enough discussion, and how people don't recognize that, especially like with something like Crate, which is like, you know, basically Stowe's speedrunning style build. There's a lot of intricacy with like the timing, getting the buff sequence down, positioning, um, like, and that's already really difficult for a lot of people to pull off. Like, I've had people, you know, copy some of my builds and they're doing a tenth of the damage. Um, but you know, when you then factor in torpedoes and you got the micromanagement of, oh, I want this set of torpedoes to fire under high yield, this set to fire under torp spread. I mean, the average player, you know, let's be completely honest here. The vast majority of people, that they want nothing to do. This is as far as they want to go. Is spamming the space bar. Okay, that's as far as most people want to go. If I tell people that to properly execute like a tort build, that they need to be doing, you know, like 6 or 7 different keys, most people ain't gonna go for it. Like, Crate's already difficult, and I would say Torps were equally as difficult. And because you also are adding in the complexity of the weapons, you know, needing to... It's not even just, you know, just the micromanagement of being able to fire the high yields or the torp spreads specifically, but it's also just gaining the knowledge of when should I be using a high yield versus when should I be using a spread. Like, it just... I mean, I could get back into torpedoes if they were the meta. I can do that, but I think that would be further increasing the barrier between, you know, even like mid range and the high end. Like, we saw already, you know, in the past several years that the very high end's been pushing things very far, but there's still a lot of people that are in that like 500 mil or 500k range. I mean, the ship itself is fine. But it, like I said in the stats breakdown, the ship itself is just a weaker Terran Hydra. Like, everything that I can do on this, I could do better. Like, ship-wise, I could do better with the Terran Hydra. The value here is really coming from the accessories and the skin. The console here, bait and switch. This is... So when you have it on, that's giving you some weapon power cost reduction, some plus radiation damage. While you have threatening on, it's also plus threat gen. You know, I need to go over to a different ship for this stuff. Hold on. Let's grab the console off this. We're going over to the RP theme build. I don't actively have a tank set up on this character right now, but let me get something just quickly put together here. Terrible. Yeah, and the torp stuff on console is, yeah, even worse. Yeah. Okay. What do I want to drop here? I need basically every trait that I have on. I'm going to do the controversial thing of dropping inertial supremacy for this run. Leaking, radiation signature, and I'm just thinking, what else do I want to drop here? Not that. I did not mean to hit that. We're going to drop adaptive offense just to... I don't know if it's going to help here, but particle manipulator can go back on for this run. TBR pull. Nick, how's it going, man? Gotcha. I'm not surprised by there being some like legacy bugs that have stuck around over there. Um, the console version of the game does not get the same treatment. More sleep, yes. Yeah. TBR pull. Apparently I had a dot fall off, so that's good timing. Tractor beam, follow Kev. Hyper, I don't know. Okay, let's go with this for now. You know, I need more survivability on here too. We got Mayo in chat here, so let's get a budding alliance on as well. I'm gonna drop UD for this run. It's heresy, I know, but we're gonna do it. Okay. I'm gonna go into a hive here. I'm going to blow up, but it's gonna be a glorious time. You know what? I'm gonna do Disco 2-piece just for the extra regen too. Okay, Hive Onslaught Elite Public Queue. What other doffs did I want to change here? I've got Neural. No, let me go. Let's drop a Doll Rel on as well. Let's drop the expensive 27 from the build, sure. You don't find it interesting that everything on the watch list is powerful things that are not from gamble ships / muds? I mean, some of the most notable items on there are from muds. They're also, you know, again, it's not a nerf list. For a lot of these things, it is just that they want to introduce alternatives. You know, sure, for Pav and Omni, I don't really see a way to balance it other than, you know, reducing what the proc does. But I mean, Pav and Omni, the what was I gonna say? The Vovin console, those are both muds. Firing torps on console is terrible. That's not what Elite Jeffrey here is saying. Elite Jeffrey is saying you can do a stream of torpedoes, and that doing torp builds on a console is the torpedo stuff on console works better than it does for PC, according to Elite Jeffrey. So, how is the orange chicken this morning? I haven't had orange chicken. Mud ship bundles. The issue too when it comes to carriers and like Type 7, in order for a lot of the carrier builds to have made the gains that they've done, that came through like Vovin, Uncon, like the other things that they have on the list have enabled some of the competition to some of the other things. What is this trait leaking? The next ship bundle? Terrible. It's leaking this nice cloud here.
Only fools do love victory where none can be had.
Leaking your blood and tears.
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
There we go. Let's see what it did. I had 83% of the attacks in. But let's see here. Radioactive leak, 73k. A trait like this 5 years ago would have done 3k DPS. 6 season record for you. Congrats. It's very situational indeed. You just got to get things grouped together. Like, do I think it's a general purpose, I'm going to use this everywhere trait? No. But do I think that there would be appeal to this trait for someone like actually trying to do like a more of a classical tank setup with TBR pull where they're pulling everything towards them, or like grouping things up and just trying to dump that on the enemies? I think that that's where this appeal is to me. Like, it's very niche, but I think for people that are looking for that, like, this is probably the most effective eject warp plasma style ability that we have in Stowe. Mao, you should be proud of that. What is going on with this parser? I don't think it likes my window configuration. Try it with the Voktar console. For some reason, I feel like my window configuration's making that window very glitchy. I don't see anything wrong with this. It's not chaotic at all. Yeah, Mayo indeed. Like it's. I think it's a fun addition. It just, like I've said, the fact the only downside is where it's coming from. This is the sort of thing where if this especially was like on a Zen store ship, be a big boost to some playstyles. But on promo ships, it's hard. It really is. It's hard because most people aren't going out buying a bunch of promo ships. Most people, I feel, especially on the free to play side, that's their event campaign pick each year, and that's when they're down to just one pick a year. That's a lot of options. But let's see here. Outgoing damage. Yeah, I'd like to see some harder content. There we go. Radioactive leak, though. Look at that. 73k. I won't bother much with single character unlocks. I want to replicate my builds, yeah. I gotcha. Nick wants me to put the Voktar console on, which I happen to have right here, which is a strong pull. The Soul Scream Vortex, so I will give that a go. The question is where? I only know those few cues. I guess Cure Found. Cure Found Elite. Let's go for that. Vortex has a lot stationary. Yeah. Well, I mean that's the best thing about Kittimer, right? Is it's not just one infected; it's two infected. Nick, that is very strong language. We don't use that type of language here. Yeah, get in the grab well. Oh, beautiful. Now we wait. Fire will misfired. No, tragic. Beautiful. What'd I get out of it there? It was say it did 119k for me there. So like I'm not like on a fully, science focused setup. I'm on more of a phaser thaw, like a little bit of tank setup here right now. And I mean, look at that. Radioactive leak was second for me. So imagine this on like a super buffed up EPG setup. All the EPG is the bait not on? I thought it was. Wait, it can't crit? Did it not crit? Did I not see that? Oh no. Oh no. Did it do that on the last one too? Did I not notice? I think in one of the runs, Mayo, with me having it on spam bar, it looked like it just kept trying to spam toggle it. Wait, and this is doing this without critting? Mayo, is it intended for this to not crit? The radiation leak? Because if this was able to crit, I can tell you Be some big numbers for the EPG. Be a big boost for EPG. Terrible. Because hazard style? Gotcha. Oh, yeah. I like when it says spam likely. You know, the appropriate answer is no. I don't even remember if eject warp plasma does or doesn't. Do I have, yeah, Vent Metreon. I want to put this on too with a, we're going to lean into this theme a little bit more. We're going to drop, this is Heresy here, but do I drop Ruin or TG? I don't want to drop either. I guess for Kittimer, we're doing Kittimer next. I don't need Budding Alliance in there. But I do need to go to ground, and I need to get Eject Warp Plasma 3. Look, logical. It's, you know, it's just for the experiments, okay? Some lucky player out there just got way too much EC from me for that. Way too much. I just way overpaid for that, but congrats to whoever that was. That's a good way to make EC, legitimately, is to find some abilities that there's none of on the exchange and, like, just post them up and be patient. Jay, oh boy, that's not a controversial name at all. Okay. Here we go. Kittimer Vortex Elite Public Queue. Currently fighting a bug with training manuals on PS5. Oof.
There are 2 active Borg transwarp. The Borg are shorted.
I was thinking too with the crate build guide, especially given recent events. I just need to get the just sit down and get that video done. I think I might do it in more of like a not PowerPoint format, more of like your classic build video format at this point, because I feel like I'm just never going to get it done. And I think part of my trouble with like getting the crate build done is that I've been wanting to do it as like this like guide that basically anyone could follow, and that just, you know, I think recent discussions have just shown that that's just not a good idea. the crate is a high-end build for people that are like super engaged in the game, and like me trying to, just get it down to like something that like a new player could do, I just don't think is smart. Goodbye, Fire at Will. It was nice knowing you. Yeah, fire mode's failing. It's painful. Failing at will, yeah, basically. Yeah.
Your defensive capabilities are unable to withstand us. Lower your shields and await assimilation.
I feel like there's, I don't know, in general, I think there's a lot of reorganization I need to do on the YouTube side. What I'm doing now is working. Like, don't get me wrong, what I'm doing now does work quite well for me, but I think what when I'm thinking about stuff, it's to me a big issue of there not being enough foundational stuff to help people get up to those higher levels. Where did Denatra go? Oh, get back here. I just like getting right up against Denatra. I want to get want to get all the radiation on her. I thought that was going to keep her there. He flew right out of it. Yeah, let's see. Okay, did the other stuff crit? So radioactive leak was still my second highest damage source. The other warp plasma, bio. The other eject warp plasmas can crit. My warp plasma was critting, but the radioactive leak didn't. Big sad. Imagine the big numbers. you could have a new watch list entry. I'm kidding. I think, I'm gonna be real though. If a trait like this could crit, and let's say someone like built around it and it allowed like some exotic builds to gain more ground, would that really be that bad of a thing? Too soon, lol. Like I I'm I am, you guys know me, I am a proponent of the power creep. Oh, I gotta do my crystalline for today. Crystalline catastrophe, just gonna join the public queue on that one. That's the universal endeavor still, right? Logical. I like where you're going with this, bud. Think of all the additional market manipulation that could occur. There isn't actually that much market manipulation because they added the tractor beam pulled off to the fleet spire, so like the TBR pulled off is a fleet off now. I mean, there's still the exchange version, which makes more sense to get given how cheap it is, but still. Spencer, what ship will I be making the heavy tank on? I haven't decided yet, Nick. We still have a week to go until I fail to do what you're talking about. Oh yeah, it's true. I forgot. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit right here, chat. I hear if you do more damage to the entity, it's special.
The crystalline entity has halted its energy absorption. Resume fire. The entity has resumed its energy absorption. Cease fire and fall back.
Beautiful.
The crystalline entity has been destroyed. While it is regrettable that all previous attempts at communicating with the life form failed, I am confident that we acted to preserve countless lives today.
I didn't realize that, Gas, I didn't realize that. Cheops is an ancient one, isn't he? Has no one still won the guesses giveaway? Correct. None of you have correctly guessed the ships. So I put a giveaway in, and let me pull it back up here. Let's just go full view. So it was, I already listed, because there's 15 ships on the best event campaign ships list for this year. I listed 11 through 15, and some people still put some of those ships in the list for the top 10. Particle fluctuation analysis requires a lot of console spam. Like every at least 8 to 9 seconds, you need to be using a console. I very much dislike using it, to be honest, outside of when I'm like really trying. Like immolating phaser lance on its own will not be enough. Like it's a really powerful trait, but at the same time, it requires so much console spam that I don't think it matters for most people. Yeah, I'll have to go through and look, but is it 6 seconds? Well, you're not building a charge up every 6 seconds, is the thing. Nick thinks that half of the mentions will be the Obina. Cheops has guessed... Cheops is trolling. That's got what some of the worst options in there. Benton Assault Cruiser, Satet Escort. Oh man. Oh no, I've got streamer mode on. You guys can't see what I'm seeing. No, that's tragic. Yeah. How bad was the test? I mean, Nick showed the console has potential. And the trait I think does have potential for the right sort of build for like a TBR pull setup where you're trying to get everything close together, trying to damage them that way, or for like a science EPG build that is, you know, grouping things up and getting really close. Like there's ways to make the trait work for either of those. Oh, you want me to read that one very, very hard? Terrible. Terrible. Rinyata, Tobina, Bowel Sentry. Why would the Bowel Sentry there? No, the Bowel's not it. Bowel Sentry's not no, correct. Nobody has actually guessed all of the top 10. The closest should win. Yeah, I mean, there's only one other person that has seen this list, and it was Nicholas. Nick has seen the actual top 10. It's for my upcoming best premium event campaign ships video, like the best premium ships from the event. Because people are getting their event done, people want recommendations, and yeah. Omega. I don't even have the Omega. I don't think many people got the Omega on the content creator side of things. The Echelon's not on there. No. Infected's back up. I'm gonna requeue for it. The Omega looks like my PC. Which PC? Which PC we talking about? Are any pure Barbie ships in there? Do you think I would put a pure Barbie ship in a recommendation video, Michi?
The situation is grim.
I see a Delkina in here on Dan. Logical. I think the Echelon console is really amazing, and I do believe that every Stow player should have that ship. I think it's great.
We are aboard. Surrender your vessel and prepare for assimilation.
Scanning the nanite transport. Got it. Additional data available.
Daniel in here with that elite Delkina Deeps.
The nanite probes can repair the transporters. Stop them.
Resistance is futile.
Let me turn. Terrible, I got out deeped by the engineer. Disappointing.
Rear shields failing.
I've let everyone down. Got out deeped by an engineer. Plasma setup. Yeah, this run was just too fast for radioactive leak. The issue is we have a lot of damage bonuses. I'll have to pull it up. Stow Wiki. Damn it. Omega. That's not what I wanted. Let's just do premium. It'll be right here. Omega, American Worker, Light Battlecruiser. Here we go. Oh yeah, I remember this when you're like in full throttle, yeah. But the thing is, like, you gotta be in full throttle, right, for this? Yeah. Ready now is universal console cooldown, right? Correct. I mean, you can use like V'ger to search descriptions and stuff. Terrible. I think Hive will be back up. Yeah, V'ger it's a tool. I'll link it. Hold on. V'ger here is a tool where you could. So you wanted to look up consoles. So let's look up, say, universal consoles. Search descriptions. I want one that's phaser related. This brings up all of them that are phaser. That have phaser somewhere in the description, whether it be the passive or clicky. Yep, we're gonna go back into a Hive onslaught here. And trait-wise, I need to put a Budding Alliance back on. Look, I'm going to drop another Deep Straight. Ruin. Yeah, let's drop Ruin for a run. Let's see how that goes. Cheops. Guess what, Cheops? You've got. I'll just tell you right now that there are. You've got 2 incorrect, I believe. Lexington to feel like an army. Well, I'm trying the Orchid stuff on this. Rob, well, it links over to the wiki, so you can like click in and go to the wiki page for the item. I don't know if Cheops even needs a coupon. Cheops has been doing a lot of grinding. I think what's tripping up a lot of people is the Gorn Hunter. I don't actually have, because I'll give this spoiler. The Gorn Hunter's not on there because the Gorn Hunter is still good. The Gorn Hunter is still good, but like Rainbow's a hell of a lot cheaper, and technically, like it has really good potential. Phaser also is in a really good position right now with the broadside stuff off the Growler. That's tripped up a lot of people. Watch list soon.
You will find clarity. You
Let me go.
have strength of purpose. You will be more.
Not my fire at will. Please, game, no.
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
That was very I had buffs on me. Okay, that makes sense. Darthon, thank you for all of the extra support there. Radioactive leak. So it's consistently like when it does well, it's doing like in this like 120k ballpark for me. Unfortunately, Nick, I changed the list after you saw it, so what you're thinking is not
Admire
correct.
Your strength, your will. With us, you could be so much more.
Nick did not see the final list. A true punishment taking away fallen CSV. Sorry, I'm just getting DMs right now. I knew it. I knew it, Nick. I knew it as soon as I saw that and who put it. I knew what happened. I'm on to you. I knew as soon as I put it up for a competition that I was gonna have to at least change one or two of the options that I'd shown you. Trying to pass it on to people. Terrible, Nick. Trying to cheat. Trying to cheat the competition. I have 18 on infected here, unfortunately. But I mean, the accessories from the from this, I think are decent. The Orion Orchid's accessories legitimately are pretty solid. It's just it's the price point that we knew was going to be the big hindrance for him. I'm sorry, but that was terrible of you to do, Nicholas. How could you do that? You've got insider info and trying to cheese the competition. You just redid your best beamer with twinkling lights and put it on a full thaw Podyssey. Put your beam overload build to shame, yeah. Yeah, I'll be doing a like a news video. Because it is like 40% off is good, but it's also, I believe this should be on, is it DOF slots also? Yes, that's huge. Like this 40% flash sale is also on the DOF slots. And that's like the best discount I can recall seeing for DOF slots. So like legitimately guys, that's like a really, really good deal for DOF slots. And I'm going to go through and like, I think I had a character I needed more DOF slots on, and I'm going to buy them during the sale here. I just don't remember what character it was. While I am here, I'm going to check my fleet here. Epic Creator Code, CasualSAB. That's a big upgrade to fill. This, hey, if anyone's in the Breakfast Club Fed Armada, Epic Creator Code CasualSAB Dill Mine, there's an upgrade there that needs 15,000 fleet marks. The beta fleet has dill issues right now. It's because I've burned through my initial set of dill mine claims that I had, and I need to get some more on this character. I will do that, but it's going to take a little bit of time. I will buy more. I will obtain more. I will obtain more dilithium for the fleet. Do we know when the sale is hitting console? No idea. The promo flash sales always happen at the end of the promo pack events. So the promo pack run is going to end pretty soon. Didn't get it. No, I'm not going to buy anymore. Yeah, the drop rate on the promo ships is horrendous. Like if you want a promo ship, you have to, like if you want to get it guaranteed, you don't open the packs. You buy the packs and then you sell them. Also, if you are buying the packs, don't go for the R&D ones. Go for the DOF ones. The duty officer bundles, and if you want to buy like a specific version of the DOF packs than the deltas, those are worth more than the R&D. Is there a Zen store ship for cannons like the Crawler is for beams? Not really. But yeah, you can often find people doing trades too, where they'll trade, a certain amount of promo packs for the ship directly. Yeah, that'd be nice, Darthon. I mean, if you have the resources, Gast, if Breen Polaron's really good. I really like the Breen Imperium Polaron, which I mean should have a bit more supply because it's in Infinity now. Deathboy, it's always been like that with the Harmony. Like I had to like set region scale FOV out a little bit on PC to help make that easier. Yeah, they put out a video a day or so back about the attack patterns. But yeah, getting back to the main topic of the video today, like, does anyone else have questions about the Orion Orchid? Like Nick's done a bunch of testing with the console on the tanking side of things. I was going in trying out the trait a bit more from a damage point of view. Really, the biggest limitation for the trait is the crit side of it. But I think for the right playstyles, it could be interesting. It is the best eject warp plasma style ability we have. That ship just looks ugly. That's terrible. As is this being empty. I'm out of my boomer juice. Yeah. Yeah, I could do that. Hold on a second, though. Let me, while I'm right here, I need to get this stuff filled up here, and I need to also... I wish you could buy more than 100 of these at a time. Like, when we have an upgrade here that needs thousands, like, why can't I buy thousands at a time? Will do. And I think I already know what it is. Sora, thank you. I appreciate that. By the way, I think Nick is going to be streaming here soon, so I will be raiding out to him. That's still a little bit out. We still got a little bit more to do here. There we go. Now there's another upgrade here that I thought needed like 300k dill. There it is. I don't want the fleet creds to go to waste, so let me buy a few more of these provisions ahead of time just to have on hand, get my fleet creds down a little bit, because this is going to take me right back up to the 10 mil cap. Okay, there we go. What character do I want to open on today? Nick and I are now Orchid buddies. Terrible. Logical, terrible. Let's go on to the Ferengi here. Nice. Sora, as always, I appreciate it. Big money? Aw. Got above average Lobby on that one. 70 Lobby. All the Lobby. What's the difference between a warship and other ship classes? It's basically just like a attack ship that is just 5-3, no experimental weapon. I mean, basically, when I think of a warship, that's what I'm thinking of. It's like just, yeah, 5-3 or 4-4 and no experimental. Which is disappointing. Terrible. Okay, there was a question about the Orchid, though, so let me go look here. Check if the damage scales with EPG Cat 2 buffs, yeah. A good one would be the D2 trait, right? Vanguard. Here we go. Let's just drop that on for a moment. So hitting a torpedo firing mode should provide a buff for this, and I'm going to... Okay, Cultural's already off. Cultural's already off right now. So let's go here and hit the torp spread. There it goes. Yeah, so that did provide a stack of that. Or a buff for the radiation damage. Did I check Discord? Which channel? Where? Hi, Stark Eddie. I am looking now. Yes, I see that there's more guesses in the channel. Thought. Everyone's got the Yod Thought. That's good. Obina, that's, yeah. Yod Thought, Obina, Trafalgar, Connie 3, World Razor, Credence. I don't want to give them all away. Just try putting Constriction Anchor on. Okay. So the before number. Do I not have it? Let me go grab one. No, Neojet. I didn't do Cultural Conquest. I did Vanguard Shield Shaping. That's 20% Cat 2 torpedo and exotic damage. I don't actually have a Constriction Anchor on this character. Yeah, I checked the guest channel. I can safely say that, Nicholas, you're wrong. How does that make you feel? Let me grab a console here. I don't want to tell you that answer, Nick. Yeah, but I'll put the Constriction Anchor on for you here. I just had to go grab one. I've never needed one on this character. A lot of my EPG stuff back in the day was on my SOB character, which is my FedROM. Dan, thank you for the bits. Okay. Constriction anchor, here we go. And here is the tooltip. So yeah, I would say that is benefiting from your exotic damage buffs there. It just doesn't crit. Nick, we're gonna go with your original answer that you have here. So I can see everyone's list that they've edited, deleted, stuff like that. That's a nice moderation tool, by the way, is being able to see the comment edits and also deletions. But let's see here. You swapped out the E2 for the Ariori. I think we're going to go with your original guess, and that's the only one that counts, Nicholas. Yeah, no problem. I'm glad that I'm going to have some entries on the list that are going to be new to people. I think that's good. Ariori is not on the list. I'm not gonna keep going through it though and saying, yes, no, this is on the list, this isn't, because then there's that's gonna ruin the surprise. Dark Eddie, if you're listening, I saw someone on Reddit selling them a bit cheaper than eBay yesterday. Documents, how's it going? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do a couple final sets of runs here, but I'm gonna swap back over to the main ship of this. I've been testing the accessories over on the Lexington, but let's go back over to the Orchid itself. When is the top 15 vid dropping? I might, like, after the stream today, I might just disappear from the discords for the day and try to get it done today, so that I can release it tomorrow. That would, I think, would be good. I can't guarantee that though. I can't guarantee that I'm not gonna have like some family stuff that I have to go help with, but I'd like to get it out soon. I'm not gonna lock in tomorrow, but I want to get it done sooner rather than later. I wanted to have it done beginning of the week, but just just things happen. Just family stuff going on. Just been busy. Well, if he made the list while the printer was running, wow. Look, I've been printing a lot of things recently. I print. I've got all these 3D printers. I do a lot of printing. Okay, you guys know this. I printed out GPU stand so that I have somewhere to showcase some of the extra hardware that I've got. So, like this is an AMD 7900 XTX, the one that I bought that's like defective. I can display it. Any Hatoks? I've got one of the Eagle Moss ones, so I haven't bothered to print one. I've got it cut off on the camera now. Where's Elgato? Oh, we don't need people to see that much of the mess. Jeez. No. Let's get the camera over here. There we go. Yeah, I've been printing out a lot though. Little cases. I need to get some screws to put these together. I didn't have ones that were quite long enough. For the LTT fans here, is it repairable? I mean, I took it apart. I repasted it with some of the KPX that I had on hand. I've been able to boot with it. I just haven't done any extended testing. But yeah, I got this LTT little box that I made here. Perfect. I don't remember where I set the stubby, otherwise I'd be in here too right now. When is the Noctua sponsorship? Or when the Noctua sponsorship follows through, will you turn a jet into a PC? I ain't got money for a jet, dude. You kidding? I'm broke. You know why I'm broke? Because the literal pile of hard drives here, like that. This is why I'm broke. It's like, look at, I got too many drives. I spent all the money on drives. Okay. Most of these are actually these are 1.6 terabyte SAS drives. There's a couple others sprinkled in. Got them before the market went too crazy. Let me get that back over there. Spencer, I legitimately did just sell. I did sell a couple of the SATA SSDs I had because I didn't need. I bought 7 1 terabyte SATA SSDs earlier this year. I sold 2 of them the other day, and the thing is, like, selling 2 of them covered like half of the cost of what I paid for all 7 because the prices went up so much. It's been crazy. Okay, I'm gonna do a hive. Not a hive, an infected. I'm gonna just go in with the orchid here, with a disruptor CSV setup. Not fully meta, but you know, we're just gonna roll with it, have some fun. One of the Grail sculptures from Lord of the Rings yesterday. I know you can't wait to see it. I don't even know what that is. I've never. I'm about to lose a couple subscribers. I'm gonna say it. You already know what I'm about to say. You've got that sinking feeling that I'm gonna say the thing that you can't believe I'm about to say. I've never watched Lord of the Rings. Okay? I know that's gonna be immediate disappointment. The fleet that needs fleet marks is Epic Creator Code CasualSAB in the Breakfast Club Fed Armada. Look, I've got all of them. I've got all of them on my server, okay? I got plenty of them, you know, all on the drives here, but I've never actually watched them. I've got something. I actually was looking at this recently. I have around 2,000 movies on my server right now. I added it up, so I've got about right around 10 terabytes of movies and another probably like 14-ish terabytes of TV shows right now. Please say I've read the books. I can't say that. I have watched Star Wars, I'm just not a big fan.
Scanning the net, I'm trapped. Gone. Something that is available.
Defensive capabilities are unable to withstand us. Lower your shields and await assimilation.
The net I froze. Repair.
I am flying this horribly. I'm so slow to the other side. I'm sorry, okay?
From this time forward, your culture will adapt to service ours.
I don't know what Deeps was, but it ain't gonna be good. I could just feel that that was bad, and I could see my positioning was bad. Yeah, the fire plume was the Hesperian. Because I was on Disruptor setup with this having some radiation stuff on it, so I was like, oh, let's do like Disruptor, radiation. Look, guys, I haven't... I used to read a lot, okay? I used to read a lot of books, especially Tom Clancy stuff back in the day. Used to read a lot of that, and I don't really read as many books nowadays. I still read a lot, you know, online on the computer, but for actual books, if I was to read a book right now, I think the series that I would be most interested in, like, properly reading would probably be the Three Body Problem series. Yeah, the Three Body Problem. I really like the show is how I learned about that, and I was like, oh, that's really interesting. Sora, you got 137k off of Agony on the board cube. Does an ISE faster than 99% of the player base and talks about how bad the run was? I mean, what do you want me to say? I think I downloaded the audiobooks. I'm sorry. I think I legally obtained the audiobooks for the Three Body Problem series. I also, there's a YouTube channel, Quinn's something, I can't remember the full name of it, but he talks about a lot of the story elements from the various books and some of the like some other books that people have wrote to try and fit into that story. Look, Cheops, I can't help that you don't have a damn VPN on, man. Where's my Molvad card? I need my Molvad card to shame you. Hold on. Yeah, Quinn's ideas. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's the channel. Cheops, get yourself one of these, bro. Like, Molvad's great. Molvad's great for privacy. Molvad is a great VPN. They don't care how much data you use. I gave them $6 for a month, and I may have used about 30 to 35 terabytes worth of data in that month. You gotta you get a sub to something. I mean, Molvad, $6 a month. I mean, Proton VPN's a little bit cheaper. NordVPN, if you don't mind them, you know, and their corporate like structure. I mean, that's an option too. A lot of people go with. You got lots of options. Like this is like probably the best, and it's like $6 a month. Is this an ad? No, I bought this. I bought this with, you know, with money I got from all of my Stowe shilling. Back up all the ISOs. I don't know. I mean, that's what most people do. Most people with the VPN is they'll do like a month sub, they'll do a big burst of data download, and then they drop it for a couple months. Terrible. If it bothers you guys that much, I will watch The Lord of the Rings at some point. It's a matter of me needing to turn the server on. You need them to figure out an alternative to hypervisor so you can get a mega dump. Oh no, Chiaps. Oh no. Yeah, with Molvad, you can literally just send them $6 in cash in the mail to keep it completely anonymous. Yeah. I think that's probably what I have. I do not want to. I don't want to open anything related to my server live. So probably 2036 then in CasualSAB time. I mean, I could watch them today and just not do anything else. Does it bother you guys that much that I need to just go immediately watch these movies? Because I've literally got them right on my server. They are long. I liked Game of Thrones. Make sure I have snacks. Need to finish the video. Oh, like the very final season of Game of Thrones was like just the best. I mean, the thing is, when I watch movies nowadays, I often watch them at like 2 times speed. Live Lord of the Rings viewing stream coming soon? Oh no. I watched Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan Ghost War last night at like 2x speed. Also, are any of you keeping up on For All Mankind? That season's been interesting. Use audiobooks. I think I've got the audiobooks for 3 Body Problem on the server as well. Is this where Spencer's channel changes to movie reviews? I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore. This was an Orion Orchid stream, but we've done the Orion Orchid stuff, and like it's like the visual design's not for everyone, but I think they did a really good job with the model on this. On the art side, I do wish that the other Orion ships could use the Orchid materials. I think that would be another selling point for this ship. Because even though this gets like the Interceptor's materials, you can't actually use the Orchid materials back on the Interceptor. It's just a one-way exchange. Play Stowe and have audiobook background music? Terrible. 4 hours each? Is there a list of material unlock? I don't know. I don't know if that's something that's out there. Maybe the wiki has something on that? Maybe. Nick, are you gonna go live? Are you about to do some Stowe? Nicholas, where are you? I thought Nick was going to go live today because it's his 5-year stream anniversary. I watch because I've got the my attention span, like because it's been so heavily reduced by all the shorts format content, I can watch things really fast now. I have to watch them really fast, otherwise, I get bored. Yeah, Nick was around. Yeah. Nick, start streaming so I can send people your way. You'll get a juicy 100 viewer raid on YouTube and 30 on the good old Twitch. Yeah, streamversary, I know. I've got some other stuff I need to get done here. I need to find this damn spider and spray it with some of this lovely bug killing crap that I got. Subway Surfers overlaid over half the screen. Is that what that's called? Is that what it is? We're gonna wait for Nicholas. Where is he? So I will say too, something else. I want to get a computer set up dedicated for like Linux for content purposes. I already have a secondary computer that I have Linux on. That it's a really powerful computer, but that computer does things for me production wise that I do not want to interfere with. So I need to get a separate thing rolling for Linux. And unfortunately, that little mini PC I used last week, this is about to be my new, like a major part of my new NAS. So I can't really use that for that purpose either. So might be doing another PC build in the near future, basically, because it's fun building computers. If only I had some spare RAM or hard drives lying around. Terrible. I did see a deal for a mini PC that was used. I might go for that. Will it be a meta build? Well, I've got a lot of extra computer parts on hand. I don't necessarily need to buy anything. It's let me see here. What do I have on hand? You know what? I've got a 3600X AM4 machine in a different room. I just don't think the motherboard's very good on it. A 3600X, I mean, it's a little bit dated, but that's still a reasonable processor. 6-core AM4 Zen, what is that? Zen 3? Or is that Zen 2? I don't remember. Will it be good enough for a Tactoon to use, or will it only be able to run an Inchtune? Terrible. Well, my secondary computer here, Nick, where are you? Start your stream so I can raid. Give me a moment here. What I need to do, what would be even better, is that Linux computer I built last year. If I could steal that back from the family, they don't need something that powerful. But I've got, it's off right now, but let me show this. This is my other, this is unplugged right now, but this is my other like primary desktop in here. I got a really good deal on this. I got this Fractal North XL. Okay, we're gonna just take a brief pause before I continue. Nick is in bed, so he doesn't want the raid. That's a terrible excuse, Nicholas. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, so this is the secondary build right here. I did not do this one live, but this is on CasualSAB right now. And there's a nice pile of Noctuas in here. Yeah, that's a Fractal North XL. Let me shame Nick into starting his stuff up. Hold on. There's so much tech on that desk, it's in danger of collapsing. Look at that wobble. Terrible. So, right at... I'd say this was around October. I picked up a combo on Java for this case, 48 gigs of DDR5, a 2x24 kit, and an Asus ProArt X870E AM5 motherboard. The entire combo was $300. Like, the RAM alone, the case, well, the case is not worth that, but the RAM alone, the motherboard on its own, you know, those alone are worth that. And that was all comboed together. Is this an engineering console? No. But look at all the beautiful Noctuas in here. Logical. So this has that Asus ProArt motherboard in it. It's got a 7950X. So that's my old AM5 processor. I've got a 9950X 3D in the main computer. This has 96 gigs of RAM in it. 248 gig sticks, which I paid $170 for last year before the market went crazy. It's got a 9070 XT, which I paid $600 for. Mercury OC, like their top of the line one, with the magnetic fans. Like, my total cost for this build, like on my part, was probably $1,500. If I was to try and build this now, it'd be nuts. But yeah, this is like my primary Linux PC right now, basically. For like going in, doing stuff. It's also doing a lot of video encoding, stuff like that. Where's the liquid cooling? My main computer is fully liquid cooled, but I for the purposes of like just redundancy and not needing to worry about things like reliability, air is reliable. Air, I don't ever have to worry about like a pump failure on this. Like this is, you know, this is fully air cooled. I don't have to worry about that. That's not a factor I have to worry about. But like this, if something happens to the main computer, this immediately is picking up the load. I showed a new cooler. The new cooler I got yesterday. Hold on. This here. The chair is squeaking a lot. Now, I paid $50 for this. This is like a full kit, and basically this is so I have a backup. This is like a backup pump for me for the main computer. But this is like, this has radiator in it, pump res combo, radiator, like I already said radiator, CPU block. Like this is a full water cooling kit. I got it at a really good price. That's the only reason I got it. It was $50 plus 20 shipping. It was some computer place here in Des Moines that was liquidating their inventory. Is it viable? Yes. Let's see. Terrible. Nick. Yeah, Nick doesn't want to stream today, so he is not wanting a raid. Terrible. How much DPS does that water cooler get on ISE? Not enough. Not enough. Okay, Nick doesn't want to stream today, which is truly, truly terrible. Would fit nice in this case. Well, this is like a really great air cooled case, really nice air cooled build. I don't want to do water in this. I like the just keeping it pure air, just for the resiliency of the reliability. But yeah, it's on CasualSAB right now. Has anyone tested how good printer fumes are at air cooling a PC? Terrible. Terrible. Okay. But yeah, I'm going to wrap things up here. How many fans? There's... Yeah, there's, I believe a total of 7 Noctuas in here right now. These aren't like the really fancy A12s. These are, NF F12s or something. They're the cheaper ones. They work perfectly fine for my needs here. Terrible. Yeah, I'm going to end. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully I gave you some good views on the Orion Orchid and its accessories. Who am I going to raid? I don't know. I don't know who. I don't know who to raid. What consoles will I use for the PC? The tactical computer console from the Audi? No, that'd be terrible. I don't know. Branch out, find people on the Twitch. I'm going to wrap things up, though, here and get to working on some other stuff. So thank you all for tuning in. I will see you guys around.